If you think America's two-party system is dysfunctional, then you're in the right place. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee with Art. Every weekday morning, I try to do a little video that I hope will encourage discussion. I love discussion. I hate partisan arguments. I hate the Democrats and the Republicans because they're pulling the country apart. So let's discuss how to end the Great Divide and how to make the country united. It'll never happen with the two parties. And I think if that isn't obvious, I don't know what is. But that's why we need to have a discussion. I believe in discussions. I think that if we work together, the vast majority, it didn't come out right. The vast majority of American citizens, I believe, are good people. I'm going to go on a little trip today. I'm going to head west. Hopefully some of you who follow my videos, I'll have a chance to see face to face. I hope to promote the book. Working around here has been very difficult because it's so wet, and I hate most of the jobs I have to do. I just hate tearing up the yard. I want the grass to come back nice, and it's so wet that you can't hardly do anything. So I'm going to make a swing out west, and hopefully by the time I'm back, it'll be dry enough to get a lot more done here. So those of you who might have some ideas as to how I can have a discussion, share the ideas in the book, share the book, please get a hold of me. Yesterday I went on a side issue, education, very important to me, but that hopefully, if the good Lord's will and the creek don't rise, that'll be another book that I'd love to write, because the education system, unfortunately, is not doing well, and I believe that needs reform as well. But for right now, let's concentrate on reforming the political system, because the two parties and the trench warfare we currently have is simply not working. It's dysfunctional. Okay, so before I leave on my trip, I just want to do a quick review of what the actual reform is. That's the advantage of the book, is everything is put together in one place. Like with our coffee segments now, I try to give you some content to talk about, but it's really just little pieces of the overall picture. So that's why I hope you'll consider the book. Or just stay involved with the discussion, and eventually you'll probably pick up all of the pieces. But the reform program that I'm looking for is 3 in number. Number 1, limitation of terms. We've got to do away with the senility system. The parties call it the seniority system, but what they do is they force all of their legislators, House members, and senators. They have to spend probably 70 to 80% of their time raising money for the next campaign. And so what do? They're forced to talk to these special interests to develop their funding. And then if they win a second election or more, what happens is the special interests know who those people are personally now, and they can walk right into their office. And that's the purpose. That's what runs the political system. It's an old boys club that now they're letting a few of the girls play. But it's still an old boys club. We got to break it up. The senility system. Limitation of terms is number 1. Number 2, we got to get rid of the winner-take-all rules. We need to have third parties that can be competitive. As it stands now, they can't be. They're eliminated from competition by the winner-take-all rule. And what that means is you have to get at least 50% in a state to get any electoral college votes, and then you get all for that state. So what the political parties do is they effectively eliminate many of the votes for president. Only the votes that go their way count. It's extremely unfair system. You know, if people went to buy cereal and there were only 2 choices, and they found out that the other choices for cereal had been eliminated from the shelves, people would be irate. But that's exactly what's happened politically. We only have two choices, and I'm sorry, in 2016, I thought both of them were terrible choices. And I think that's very commonly the case. So why can't we have competition in politics? I think it's time. So we got to get rid of the winner-take-all rule, which effectively will make millions of Americans' votes actually start counting again. Every American vote should count. Every American citizen vote should count. Let me be clear on that. And the parties, to me, what they have done is absolutely immoral. They've canceled out the votes of millions of Americans for presidents by the winner-take-all rule. Because if you don't vote the way they want it, it doesn't count. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all set up games that way? Anyway, the third thing is let's send the House of Representatives home. In this day and age, they can live and serve from within their district and listen to constituents instead of special interest lobbyists when legislation is being considered. I think it's time for these three reforms, and I think that would rejuvenate the American republic that has democracy at its core. We are a democratic republic as established by the Constitution. It has been modified by the political parties to be a system of the money, by the money, and for the money. Let's change that. Hey, I hope you have a tremendous day today. Remember that every day is a gift. That's why they call it the present. So unwrap that present very carefully today. There's good stuff in there for you, so pay attention. And I hope you have a great day, a great conversation, and let's take a whack out of that two-party tree. Have a great day.